'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum.
So as President and Commander-in-Chief, I will end our long-standing foreign policy of waging wasteful regime change wars that have taken so many lives, that has cost us trillions of taxpayer dollars and undermined our national security.
The number one thing that we've got to do is to de-escalate tensions between the United States and nuclear-armed countries like Russia and China. Nuclear strategists are sounding the alarm bells because of this new Cold War that we are in. Tensions are increasing. Nuclear arms race is ensuing. It is pushing us closer and closer to the brink of nuclear catastrophe, more so than ever before, certainly in our lifetimes.
I urge my colleagues to vote for our bipartisan USA Rights Amendment today, which maintains necessary authorities to keep the American people safe while also simultaneously protecting our civil. Now, unfortunately, opponents of this USA Rights Amendment are pushing fear tactics and misinformation. Don't fall for it. Let us make this critical choice. Vote to keep our country safe. Vote to uphold our constitutional rights that so many have fought and died to protect.
I've introduced legislation called the Securing America's Elections Act that would very simply solve that. Make sure that there's either a paper ballot, or if you're using a machine, have a voter-verified paper backup so that no matter what happens, no matter who tries to interfere in our elections, we have the ability to audit that.
Finally, I'll bring a soldier's principles of service above self to the White House, restoring the values of integrity and honor and respect to the presidency.
Words wanna cut me down.
I'll tackle climate change by ushering in a green century, ending taxpayer subsidies for these fossil fuel giants and multinational agribusiness corporations, harnessing the technology and innovation that we have to create jobs in renewable energy, to provide better opportunities for our farmers to make a good living.
Healthcare is on the top of mind of so many. This is an issue that should not be divided on by party lines, because every one of us at some point in time in our lives either need that care ourselves or have a loved one who does. We must pass Medicare for all. We must have this universal health care so that people like Sue and her son Scott can have the peace of mind and the security of knowing that when they need that help, they'll get it. That when each of us gets to that place where we need that help, when we need that care, we'll get it.
So, as we approach Veterans Day, on Veterans Day and every other day, I hope that we can all take this pledge to heart, that as Americans, as patriots, as leaders and influencers all across our country, to honor our men and women in uniform, to make sure that no veteran is left behind. It's essential that we make sure that Social Security, something that we all pay into throughout our lives, remains solvent not only for those who are receiving those benefits now, but for my generation and generations to come. We can do that through two main things. First of all, making sure that no other government agency or politician is able to raid the existing Social Security funds to pay for other things. And number two, by lifting the caps to make sure that the burden of paying into Social Security is not solely placed on hardworking middle-class Americans, but those who do very well are also contributing and paying their fair share. Now, we know the road ahead will have many challenges, but when we stand united by our love for our people, our planet, and our country, there is no obstacle we cannot overcome. So I ask you to join me. Visit Tulsi2020.com as we stand to bend the arc of history away from war and towards peace, prosperity, opportunity, and justice for all. Thank you so much, everybody. Aloha.
Look out, 'cause here I come, beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me.